Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm like a dog with a bone. I can't let this go. This whole global citizenship thing that I've sort of fallen upon has become a lot more toxic, a lot more deeply entrenched than I ever would have imagined. We think the WHO, the UN, the WEF, all of those people are bad. You know, yes, they are. They're very sinister, very innocuous, and people that we really don't want involved in our daily lives or any time in our life. But this global citizenship thing is indoctrinating the children. It is look at the ages and faces of these young people. This is from Ireland, and of course at the top, urgent. We are delivering aid to Gaza, but much more is needed. Sponsor a child. You don't need to sponsor a child from another country. You just need to look in your own backyard. The number of homeless people in Ireland, the number of homeless people in Australia, and their families that are living in cars. And both of these countries, Ireland and Australia, I use them as an example, because we're both islands, literally. We're surrounded by water. And part of Ireland, with Northern Ireland, has links obviously to the UK. And then Australia, we're part of the Commonwealth. When you think about the Commonwealth, break down the word Commonwealth. So the wealth that we have isn't ours anymore. It goes to the common good for everybody, which is the UK. We don't belong to it. We don't own it anymore. We're not entitled to it. That's what they're telling us. But anyway, so back to this global citizenship thing. It's as I said, it's become almost like a cult. I think it's a cult because it's happening in Melbourne this weekend or coming up. Media release. Look at this. This is from August last year. Global citizen bound for Melbourne in March 24. And I saw this, and when you see who's going to be there, you've got Crowded House opening it. So Crowded House, you can take your 6 months on a leaky boat and go back to New Zealand, thank you. You have all of these, Hugh Jackman, that old horrible politician. You've got the guy from the Prime Minister from East Timor. He's going to be there. Look at them all. And I looked at this and I went, oh, this was announced in March in 23. When did Dan Andrews resign? Because, he's not the Premier anymore. Oh, he resigned in September, not even a month later. Is that a coincidence? No, it's not, because he could not be there. He could not be there while this huge worldwide child indoctrination scam cult is happening. It can't happen. This whole global citizen thing is all about stealing your country's identity. So you're no longer an Australian citizen anymore. You're no longer a New Zealand citizen anymore. All you are is a citizen of the world. So that's how they're pushing this one world nation, this one governance thing. They've got to do it in dribby drabs. They've got to indoctrinate the children to believe that, I'm not an Australian, I'm a citizen of the world. What happens to me in Australia, what I do here impacts on somebody else, somewhere else. I can't see it happen, but it does happen. It's like, if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? The whole butterfly effect, that's how they're working on the children. So I got thinking about Ireland. So you can look into all of this yourself. I'm not going to go into it because it's just disgraceful. But anyway, let's get rid of him. I don't want to have him on my site anymore. So leading to this with the children, this is in Ireland. As you can see, it's from an Irish website. And it's disgusting that Ireland is even pushing for this because they have enough problems in their own backyard. They have migrants galore everywhere, taking over all of their citizenship, taking all of their students have been kicked out of residential places. All the nursing homes have been closed down and they've been turned into migrant hostels. And they are all men. They're all fighting-aged men. And that's not what in a time of disaster or war or fear or some type of, where you're being persecuted, you don't leave your wife and your children. As I've been saying, they want a new wife and a new life, maybe a wife or two. And it's true, that's what they want. So now they're trying to push it for the children, which is disgraceful. And then you look here, so there again, all the people that are going to be there. Oh, and you've got Sarah Ferguson. She's trying to get a bit of credit back in her name, a bit of notoriety, maybe a bit of kudos. Well done. Well done, man. Well done. I'm sorry that your ex-husband was a pedophile. I'm sorry about that, but you've done the right thing. Look at you. You're becoming a global citizen. Woohoo. Tally-ho. Let's move on. Oh, come on. And Julia Gillard. Yeah, that lesbian woman. But anyway, in my opinion. So this is all what's happening. It's very, very disgraceful. And then you've got the president of the World Bank. Why is the World Bank there? Why? Why the hell is the World Bank there? And East Timor? When you have a look at East Timor and their relationship with China, let's have a look. Oh, playing the China card is a serious threat, because I can remember seeing on 60 Minutes, East Timor asked Australia for help for financial aid, and Australia went, no, we can't give that to you. And so they went and asked China. And the next thing you know, China owns a little bit of East Timor, and they have a little military base right in Australia's backyard. And we allowed that to happen because our politicians were too friggin' smug and stupid and ignorant, or under the threat of, we've got some videos of you somewhere. You don't want your family to know what you've been doing. Yeah, that type of thing happening. And you can't tell me it's not happening, because it is. So this is disgraceful. All of this, again, is all legitimate information here. You can just see what I've typed in here as the search. You can look for that yourself. What else have I got along here? The media release, we've seen all of that. I can get rid of that now. I hope that this has come up. Yeah, the global citizen. Now, this is coming in, once again, this is through, who's this through? Billboard. Woohoo! And look, it's got Crowded House on the front cover. Wow. And it's, which will drive action into end extreme poverty. You can end extreme poverty by making all Western civilizations flooded with immigrants, migrants, refugees that don't have anywhere to live, don't have any money to buy any food, don't have any services, that have been stretched to the point of not operating at all. So they're going to bring everybody down. So they're ending extreme poverty. They're just going to make everybody in poverty. See the lunacy in all of this? They don't care. So this is absolutely disgusting. So Crowded House, yes, please take your 6 months on a leaky boat and go back to New Zealand. We do not want you here. So that is showing how much money and time has been invested in all of this rubbish. So when you have a look at the partners through this global citizen rubbish, and you've got to think of why. Why are they pushing this global citizen? It's because you will no longer be a citizen of Australia. This is why they had to get rid of Australia Day. That's why Woolworths had to try to push it to get rid of Australia Day merchandise under the guise that nobody's buying it. So it's no longer a thing. Well, that proved him wrong, and he had to resign and suck on his own ball sack. Yeah, he did. And I hope that he enjoyed it, because nobody will be touching him for a while. So to have all of these people involved in it, they want you to not be an Australian. They just want you to be a citizen of the world. And that's what I'm saying. They're working at doing this very, very, very hard. Very, very hard. So what else have I got on here about this global citizenship? So it takes it straight to, you don't have to be a global citizen. You can just buy your way into Australia. Yeah, no problems at all. Just buy your residency here. Buy it. If you've got enough money, go for it. So it's very, very, very disgraceful. I can't understand how people can't see this happening. It's very, very, and this will be another video. This will be another complete and utter video. But yeah, it's very, very disgraceful what they're doing, what they're trying to do. When you look at the people, who are the people? And as when I was doing Ireland, I was doing the search for Ireland. Can I find it again? Because I was horrified of who it was. Global citizenship. No, I went for Ireland, I think it was. Ireland ambassador. And this is, I couldn't believe it. And this is through Ireland's website here. As you can see it, through Ireland. Come on, I've got too much open. And so it's going through all of the things. So they've got a thing here with New Zealand, obviously. St. Patrick's Day gala event. At least they're going to promote St. Patrick's Day. But look at that, the schools. Doesn't that look like the United Nations, or who was at the World Economic Forum, or all of those with their little wheel of disaster, your lucky dip wheel? Yeah, not the place or the wheel that you want it to have a game in. You don't want to choose that. And all the kids with masks on. Yeah, throwing balls up in the air with one, all the balls up. Woohoo, there we go. Known for its active role as a global citizen, Ireland has a long history of promoting peace, human rights and sustainable development. Yes, because they were used as slaves. You can go back and look into it. Yes, they were. They were the first slaves. My grandfather used to tell me, because my family came over from UK in the 50s as £10 tourist poms. And yes, my grandfather used to tell me, the Irish are the blacks of Europe. He thought they were low class, which I thought was quite disgraceful, and that's why I stand up so strongly for the Irish, because I do have quite a few Irish relatives, ancestors. So was this one here, Plan Your Nation Ireland? Was this? But I found all these people. No, that's that one there. I'm looking at what I've opened before, because it showed all of the ambassadors, global citizens, and that's where we were. We've already been there. And I couldn't believe who they were, and I've bloody lost it. It does my head in. It had all these people that used to be part of this ambassador. I will find it and do it on a separate video, so I've got to go. This is going on too long. This is the 4th time I've tried to do this. It's not recording. The system doesn't want me to record it for some reason. But yeah, say no to any of this rubbish. Get your children, tell them that they are Australian citizens, or they're Irish citizens, or they're New Zealand citizens, or they're Jamaican citizens, whatever country you come from. Stick proud to your heritage. Don't let the citizens of the world steal it from you, because that's what they want to do. They want to turn us all into puppets where we're all just this mediocre group of people. No, we can't allow that to happen. So look at who's going to be your politician, who's going to be your counsellor. We have elections happening everywhere in Australia sort of this year. And, of course, in America, the big one that's happening. But we'll talk about that another time. So I've got to go. Godspeed to all. Godspeed.